What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and I am back from vacation but ready to get back to work with quite a bit to talk about tonight, from the Season 4 reveal event, new content in Black Ops Cold War, and even some surprise gameplay that just surfaced a couple of hours ago. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because about 70% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you on Black Ops Cold War. But for those that are subscribed, thank you for allowing me to hit 60,000 beautiful subscribers while I was away. Truly means the world. But we do have a big week ahead of us for all forms of entertainment: the reveal of Battlefield 6, the premiere of Loki, and even kickoff of Summer Games Fest later this week as well. So quite a big week for gamers, for fans of the MCU. I think it's going to be a wonderful start of June here. But you guys see what I mean about XP events in Black Ops Cold War? It was just confirmed earlier today that both double XP and double Battle Pass XP are inbound for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone starting on June 11th through June 14th, this upcoming weekend. So people out there that are complaining about a lack of XP events, I'm like, why are you complaining? Every other weekend we're seeing XP for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. So here you have it once again for those out there that haven't finished their Season 3 Battle Pass. Now, Season 3 Reloaded is winding down to a close. As Call of Duty said, the 80s Action Heroes event is still in full swing as the Action Heroes Mosh Pit continues this week, and this week only. It's going away after next week. Operators can still play Rambo's Gun Game and Die Hard Points for the final week of Season 3, along with other fan favorite playlists, including 12v12 Mosh Pit. Also, don't forget, Blueprint Ammo Gun Game is also still live over in Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. Haven't tried it just yet. Just got home earlier this morning, so I'll be giving this a go in the next couple of hours. But I'm sure you may have noticed a relatively slow week according to the weekly blog post earlier today, but rightfully so, because there is a lot of heavy marketing starting later this Thursday for Season 4, which we'll talk about in a minute. But we also have yet to see officially the Season 3 outro cinematic cutscene, which people out there have claimed has played for them already when they booted up Cold War or Warzone. Hasn't played for me yet, and Treyarch has yet to upload it on their YouTube channel. So once they do that, will be around the time we probably start seeing gameplay, some teasers, and even a roadmap for the following season. And we also got confirmation of 3 new bundles coming to Black Ops Cold War and Warzone this week, which include the brand new Tracer Pack, the Runic Demise. So it comes with a skin for the QBZ, the MP5, the Howard Shotgun, we have a vehicle skin in there, a watch, unknown item, the Death Runes emblem, which looks pretty cool, getting Revelations vibes, the Funny Gesture, as you can see, and even a finishing move, all for 2,000 whooping COD points. Not too bad whatsoever, but we are getting to the end of all of the promised bundles that you can see on COD Tracker right now. I have their site linked down below in the description. You can use that site to look at a bit of a sneak peek at all the upcoming bundles that haven't dropped in-game yet, which is pretty clever. So we then have the Power Surge Reactive Pack, which comes with a Reactive Krig, a nice looking Street Sweeper, and even a Diamatti, as you can see there. So there's also an animated calling card and an emblem on top of a reticle, as well as a charm for 1,800 COD points. Like I said before, I have too many Krig skins as it is, and I have the really cool Krig Mastercraft, which I do use pretty often, so probably won't be picking up this Krig Reactive, as you can see. But I guess the way Activision looks at it is if a weapon sells a lot of skins across both games, they're going to make more skins for that weapon, which I get from a business standpoint, but it gets a bit repetitive when you see the same weapon being used across all the new bundles in future seasons, right? There are plenty of weapons in game right now that haven't gotten much love yet when it comes to seeing Mastercrafts, Reactives, or even Tracers for some weapons in the game that I think people don't talk about too much. But that's the thing, right? How many Krigs can you possibly need over in the item shop? But you never know. If it's selling, they're going to keep doing it. But lastly, we have the Mammoth Stalker Pack for about 1,300 COD points. Comes with a skin for the Bison, or I should say the Bullfrog. Keep calling it the Bison. We have a finishing move, a charm, emblem, and even a sticker. So not too bad, but this could be teasing a hot desert-like theme for Season 4, which may also be the season that brings us Zoo into Fireteam and Outbreak. So I think all that lines up with this hot wildlife type vibe we're going to get in Season 4. We know about a map called Dunes dropping in Combined Arms. It takes place in Angola, Africa, so lines up with the mention of Africa in the Season 3 outro cinematic cutscene. We know about a map called Echelon taking place probably in Australia based on where it is in real life. That could be the case. So we're going to get a really interesting themed season in just over a week from now, which is amazing. Now, the big news here is that the Season 4 world premiere trailer will be this Thursday during Summer Games Fest at about 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. GMT. Those times are, of course, when the Summer Games Fest begins. Not exactly when the Call of Duty trailer will be, but I'll be live here on my channel a little bit before the event starts so we can get some games in together, open lobbies, a bit of a Q&A, and just chill with you guys before we all react together to the Season 4 gameplay trailer, which I'm looking forward to to quite a bit. Reminds me of how the Game Awards worked a couple of months ago, when during that event itself, they also premiered the Season 1 gameplay trailer for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. So the fact they used a big event like that to market a new season of Call of Duty has me thinking that it's going to be a really big season to expect for multiplayer Warzone and even zombies. Now, if I had to guess, maybe the reason why they're doing this is more because of Warzone, because maybe we'll end up seeing the next-gen app for Warzone added to PS5, Xbox Series X, could even see FOV slider added to next-gen consoles, maybe Dark Ether camel support, or some other changes that would warrant big marketing like this. Activision wouldn't be doing this for nothing, right? They want to get to the largest audience possible by marketing Season 4 during the Summer Games Fest, so that makes sense. And I think on top of that too, people out there are going to be expecting some possible teasers for DLC 3 Berlin. I would not expect that though if I were you. Maybe they'll tease it, and I would love to see that, but we all know Season 4 is going to open with new content multiplayer, Warzone, and the second quest for Outbreak. Berlin is scheduled for mid-season, Season 4 Reloaded, maybe a bit before that, but wouldn't expect any marketing for that during this week. Now, I did notice people out there were claiming that I've been saying every season is going to be huge, and it wasn't. And again, it's subjective. I've considered Seasons 1 through 3 pretty big for my taste when it comes to equally playing multiplayer zombies in Warzone, but for those out there that don't agree with that, that's totally okay. I respect that. Again, you could say, oh, well, there's no round-based maps in Cold War. Sure, you could say that, but look at everything as one package, right? Call of Duty today is meant to be played as a complete package, and you don't have to do that, but the way that Activision is pushing the marketing for Call of Duty is that they want you to play every mode in the game, not just focus on one. But we also got an announcement from Sledgehammer Games unexpectedly that tomorrow they're going to be doing a roundtable discussion and Q&A featuring game developers from both Sledgehammer and even Activision at 5 p.m. Pacific and 10 a.m. AEST. And it's a part of Pride 2021, so I wouldn't expect anything major to be talked about in regards to Call of Duty 2021. I could be wrong. They could end up doing a title announcement tomorrow for all we know, but wouldn't bet my money on that one. If they do say something though, I'll make a video about it as soon as possible tomorrow, but thought I'll let you guys know in the case something big is announced during this roundtable Q&A. It's a bit suspicious though that Sledgehammer of all studios is going to be there, so maybe they will drop a little bit of information about what they've been working on or when to expect an actual full reveal of their next project. You never know, but we also then got the confirmation that the Gunfight tournament does end on June the 10th. It is currently live in Black Ops Cold War right now. Take advantage of that if you haven't beat it just yet, but for the rewards, we of course have a calling card sticker, emblem, and a skin for, I think that's a 1911, but correct me politely in the comments if that's not correct. I got butchered in the past for mistaking one weapon for another, but I think that's a 1911. I could be wrong on that one. I would say it's arguably one of the better rewards we've gotten for beating a gunfight tournament. We've gotten in the past an AK-47, a Hauer, an AUG. They weren't too special looking, so I'm hoping that in a future tournament we end up getting a reactive or even a mastercraft for beating one of these. Not the easiest thing in the world to go through the entire gunfight bracket, win, and then get one of these skins, so I think having a worthwhile reward makes the most sense to me for something of that value, right? That's what I'm hoping to see in the future, but this skin alone has to be one of the better ones. You guys let me know how you feel about this one down below in the comments. But speaking of pistols, we of course have the AMP-63, which just dropped a couple of days ago, and I was away on vacation, didn't get to use it too much when it released, but as you can see in the background gameplay, it's not that great when it has no attachments on it, but of course, as you rank it up more, you'll eventually get dual wield, which right now is a pretty popular meta across, I think, zombies and even multiplayer. I'm not sure how it is in Warzone just yet, but I've definitely seen some great gameplay across the other two modes in Black Ops Cold War, so hopefully enjoy that. I'll be going for a nuke with this weapon as soon as I get more attachments for it in the next few days. I was again out of town when it released, so I didn't get a chance to use it too much. Now, next up, we got an interesting report earlier today about the Chaos storyline. So, what a coincidence, I posted a Chaos video as a bit of filler while I was away on vacation yesterday, going over the potential return of that story based on teasers in-game, as well as what the next map would have been after Ancient Evil. It was a fun video to make, but all of a sudden today, we got a new cipher solved on Voyage of Despair. This featured the player looking into the sky again, and does read, "Why would you save the one who abandoned you?" And it doesn't mean very much, but as Rich Killer himself put over on Twitter, who solved it, it's another Chaos Easter egg related to the stars, followed by the HIP hidden library message, and the Perseus constellation in the 9 skybox, which hints towards Ancient Evil. So all this really means is that, yeah, they were setting the foundation for DLC 2 Ancient Evil as soon as the launch of Black Ops Cold War, Voyage of Despair. So good to know that even though Chaos wasn't everybody's favorite story, it was a story that they had planned pretty far in advance and cared a lot about back when Black Ops 4 was in development. So if you guys didn't believe that Treyarch actually plans out their stories, yes, they in fact do. Despite the opening of Ether, I would say, from World at War to like late Black Ops 2, being a story where they kind of just wrote along the way and made things work. I would say more towards Black Ops 3 over into Black Ops 4, they actually planned things out a lot more and laid the groundwork for a lot of future maps in some of the launch experiences. So, a little update over on that. And also to add to this chaos discussion, we have a nice tweet over from the man himself, Fajarty, who put out an incredible render earlier today of our famous Chaos Crew. So, as you went ahead and wrote, following the events of Ancient Evil, the Chaos Crew make way for the Library of Alexandria in hopes of thwarting the plans of Medusa. So, a lot of small attention to detail over in this image. The Eye of Apophis melee weapon, Dark Shaw, Dark Bruno, it looks fantastic. Show some love to this tweet that is linked down below in the description. Fajarty truly appreciates that. But we then got a spicy report that Activision apparently has opened up an internal studio to make another AAA mobile Call of Duty title, which doesn't surprise me all that much. We got reports about this many months ago that apparently Warzone is coming to mobile, but it's unclear if it's going to be a standalone mobile Call of Duty experience just for Warzone. That means there won't be any crossplay with console and PC, or will this be a mobile version of Warzone that works with the current version of Warzone that'll allow for crossplay across any device possible? Maybe that's what it is, similar to Fortnite, how you can play with anybody, anywhere, literally any platform, any phone, as long as it supports the game on that app store. So looking forward to when this is going to drop. Could this be announced as soon as this summer, or when will this drop? I feel like this won't drop until Call of Duty 2021 is already released, but it could be further along development than we know right now. Nobody actually knows, but I think it's crazy that Call of Duty Mobile has been so damn successful that Activision's like, yep, let's get another mobile Call of Duty out there. So I'm assuming it's not a conflict of interest to have a Warzone on mobile experience while still having Call of Duty Mobile with its own isolated battle royale. It kind of reminds me of the same dynamic between Fireteam Elimination, like Fireteam Royale with Warzone Verdansk. It's two different battle royale experiences in two active Call of Duties right now, but they don't seem to care about that. They're like, whatever, why not have all of it? So I guess it won't matter to them. They'll just have multiple battle royales running at once over on mobile devices. So let me know your thoughts on another mobile Call of Duty game down below in the comments. I'm of course a fan of the original Call of Duty Zombies app they had on mobile many years ago. Able to play some Black Ops 1 maps, Dead Ops Arcade. It was fun, be able to pause your game and go back to whenever you wanted. But last and definitely not least, we have something that surfaced a couple of hours ago at the time of recording this. We have actual gameplay in first person of the Ural Mountains Battle Royale map. As I said before, I won't be talking about Ural Mountains too much anymore unless new information surfaces. And here we have it, new information. So actual gameplay that's about, I think, 8 minutes long did surface by the Cheeseburger Boys leakers over on Twitter. I have a link to the description. Can't show it on screen for obvious reasons, but Charlie Intel even made a report on this by claiming that, yeah, this was pre-alpha footage, I believe, of this quote-unquote Blackout 2 that was in development. And what I'll say about this is that people out there judging this, saying they're glad they didn't release, I'm like, wait a second, are you really judging pre-alpha gameplay with a bunch of reused assets and placeholder files? Are you judging that because Verdansk was in the same state during its pre-alpha build, where it was very open, not many buildings, looked phony, looked cartoony, looked off? Of course how the game's gonna look when it's this early in development, so why judge it when it was nowhere near completion? What's interesting about this is that a map like Duga, for example, that's in the Ural Mountains, wasn't anywhere near completion when this map was in development, right? This pre-alpha build of Ural Mountains didn't have a completed Duga, and it's assumed that they never really completed the map itself. So if Duga is finished now, along with other locations that are coming like Zoo, Weather Station, if that is the case, then they've essentially been finishing the Ural Mountains map along the way as Black Ops Cold War has been active. So maybe a full Ural Mountains map will be possible by Season 6 after all these individual locations have been polished at that point, right? Because it was also said that a map like Mines or even Chemical Labs weren't nearly complete, and some of them weren't anything at all but like a block during this alpha build of the map. So if the maps are now getting finished, could that pave the way for seeing this eventual Battle Royale map at some point in the future? I've also seen confusion about whether or not this map was made on the Blackout engine or Black Ops Cold War. How does that work? So as a reminder, right, the engine doesn't even matter at this point. I mean, it was made for what looks like Black Ops Cold War, but that doesn't really mean much because, for example, Alcatraz over in Blackout was put in Warzone as Rebirth Island, the exact same map and the exact same layout, just reskin a little bit with a fresh coat of paint. So the engine doesn't matter. They can make any map work anywhere, but the map presumably was made for a Blackout 2 inside of Black Ops Cold War, but rumors recently did suggest that the map may have been moved over to Warzone to either sit alongside or replace Verdansk. It's on that same scale and it's that big, so I think on top of that, the engine doesn't matter at all. People are like, oh, it was for Black Ops Cold War, who cares? The map could also be in Warzone at any time they want if that's what they choose to do, but I would say the popularity of Fireteam Elimination in Cold War right now could pave the way for seeing this map eventually in this game at some point in the future. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the Season 4 World Premiere event this Thursday during Summer Games Fest? How do you feel about the new content dropping in Cold War this week? What are your thoughts on Activision opening up an internal studio just for another mobile Call of Duty? And lastly, what are your thoughts on the leaked gameplay of the Ural Mountains? Are you excited for it? Do you think it's going to happen? Or do you not care much and you just care all about Warzone? Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.